All right, welcome back. We are in Canto 8 today, and we have made it through the first 5 circles. Circle 1 being the virtuous pagan, Circle 2 the lustful, 3 the gluttons, 4 the avaricious, 5 the wrathful, both externally wrathful, those biting and gnarling and kicking each other, and then the sullen, the internally wrathful. That was depicted briefly at the end of Canto 7. In Canto 8, it's almost as if Dante says, wait a second, let's go back and let me narrate how I crossed the river Styx. Because that's not clear, that's just kind of telescoped. At the end of Canto 7, it says they came to the foot of a tower. Well, how? How did they get across the river? How did they get across the Styx and come to the tower, which is the city of Dis? So that's the story that gets told here in Canto 8. So, without further ado, I say, continuing, that long before we came to the foot of the high tower, our eyes traveled up to the peak of it, to 2 small flames we saw positioned there, and another from far off answering the signal, such that the eyes just caught it. I turned around to the sea of all sense and said, "What does this mean, and what answer makes the other fire? Who is lighting them?" His answer was, "Above the filthy waves you can already see what we wait for, unless the swampy fumes hide it from you." A bowstring never let an arrow fly that sped so quickly through the lively air as the small boat through the water I saw coming toward us at that very moment, under the rule of a single oarsman, who shouted, "Now you are caught, you cursed soul!" "Phlegyas, Phlegyas, you shout but empty words," said my lord. "More of us you will not have at this time than the passing of the swamp." As one who hears that he is the victim of a great deceit, and thus resents it, such was Phlegyas, writhing in his anger. So even the boatman is full of wrath. My leader climbed into the wooden boat and then made me enter close behind him. Only with me did the boat seem weighed down. Why? Well, because he's in his physical body. Virgil is just a spirit, Phlegyas a spirit, and so it sits lightly on the water. Dante gets in and down it goes. As soon as I and my leader were in, the ancient prow of the wooden boat moved, cutting through the water more than normal, because it's further down in the water. While we were crossing over that dead pond, one rose up in front of me, full of muck, and said, "Who are you? Come before your time." I answered, "If I come, I do not stay. But who are you, that have been made so foul?" He said, "You see that I am one who weeps." And I to him, "With weeping and sorrow, stay there, you damned spirit, for I know you, though every inch of you is clothed in filth." Then he tried to grasp the boat with both hands, but the watchful master pushed him aside and said, "Away there with the other dogs." He then embraced my neck with both his arms and kissed my face, saying, "Contemptuous soul, blessed be she who was with you and wombed. He was in the world a person most proud. Not one good thing adorns his memory. Thus his shade is now furious in hell. How many there above think themselves great, that one day will root in this mud like pigs, leaving behind nothing but rank contempt." So, what is this? We're going to find out his name in a bit. It's Filippo Argenti, and Filippo Argenti was one of the black guelphs that, when Dante was exiled, he plundered Dante's stuff. So there's a little bit of personal antipathy here, but there's different ways of reading this. I'm going to offer just one, but you're free to disagree with me. What happens? Filippo Argenti reaches up out of the Styx, grabs hold of the boat, and tries to bring Dante down with him. Dante kicks him away, recognizing after a little bit who he is, and says, "Away there with the other dogs," right? He sends him off. And then Virgil praises this contempt. This is perhaps righteous contempt, righteous indignation, at this sinner, and it provides quite a contrast with the previous episodes with Francesca and Chaco specifically, before whom Dante faints with pity and compassion. He pities them in their sin, pities Francesca's martyrdom. That's the word martiri that he uses to describe Francesca's suffering, her torment. It's a pun in the Italian. Martiri means both punishments and martyrdom, and so I wanted to highlight that pun by using the word martyrdom in this translation, which I believe I'm the only one who does. So that either that's really special or anyway. But here, where he was fainting with pity before, here he responds perhaps correctly. Right? This is what sin deserves. This is what sin. If you die in your sin, die rejecting God, die rejecting the good of the intellect, die rejecting the beauty and the truth and the goodness of creation and of God himself, then this is where you belong, right? And so Dante saying, away there with the other dogs, pushing him back, is showing a rightly ordered sense of justice. Now, perhaps, again, it's mixed with some personal antipathy, like you're the dude that is going to steal my stuff, though the pilgrim doesn't know that yet, but the poet might be saying something. So what's going on here? Virgil is identifying perhaps a rightly ordered sense of justice, that this is the right thing, this is the right way to deal with this kind of wrath, this kind of sin. Go back into the Styx. Go back to where you belong. And so he praises Virgil. Virgil praises the pilgrim for this move. He also says something that I think is really important to catch. Line 49, how many there above think themselves great, right? How many people think they are great? How many people think they are superior? How many think that they have it, that they've achieved it, that they've climbed the ladder, that they have arrived at this state of brilliance and excellence and superiority, only to find out that one day they will root in the mud like pigs, leaving behind nothing but rank contempt. Now, Virgil is specifically speaking of the wrathful here. So if you've climbed the ladder, but have done so through overbearing wrath and anger and just trampling on everyone, yeah, you're superior. Yeah, you've reached this rank, but what have you done to your soul, right? Here in hell, that reality, the reality of your soul, the hollowing out of your humanity, so to speak, is what's brought to realization, what's brought to this manifest demonstration of who they really are. Going on, I said, Master, I would very much like to see, before we move on from this lake, this one thrust beneath the filthy water. So he's talking again about Filippo Argenti. He said, before that shore allows itself to be seen by you, you will be most pleased. Such a desire needs to be satisfied, this desire for justice, this desire for the right punishment, the punishment that fits the crime. Soon after, I watched the muddy people begin the ripping apart of that one, such that I still praise and give thanks to God. All shouted, at Filippo Argenti, till the volatile Florentine spirit turned on himself with his own tearing teeth. There we left him. More I will not narrate. But my ears were struck by such misery that I earnestly opened wide my eyes. The good master said, now, my son, we come to the city bearing the name of Dis, with its grave citizens and mighty host. And I, Master, indeed I spy its mosques there within this valley. And mosques is the word Dante is using the name for the Islamic minarets that were seen in the east and and in the conquered lands. So he's identifying the city of Dis, this infernal city of hell, with Islam. Master, indeed I spy its mosques there within this valley. I can discern vermilion most clearly as from the fire. So he's seeing the color red. And he said to me, the eternal fire that is burning there within makes them red, as you have observed in this lower hell. Thus we came to deep moats that fortified the disconsolate city round about. The walls seemed to me to be of iron. Going first a long way round, we landed at a place where the pilot, with loud shouts, said to us, "Get out! Here is the entrance." So he's still mad. That's Phlegius. I saw more than 1,000 on this gate, having rained down from heaven, who were saying quite angrily, "Who is this without death that travels through the kingdom of the dead?" So falling from heaven, these are the angels that fell from heaven, right, with Satan. My wise master signaled his wish to speak with them there, and to do so privately. They then repressed some of their great disdain, and said, "You come along, let him be gone, he that so daringly enters this realm. Let him return alone by the mad way, or let him try if he can. You must stay, who have led him across such dark districts." Consider, reader, if I quailed at this, even at the mere sound of those cursed words, for I believed I would never return. "O my dear leader, who has restored me to safety 7 times and more, drawn me from the high danger that stood against me, do not leave me," I said, "as one undone, if going further is denied to us. Let us find again our steps together and quickly." The Lord that had brought me there said to me, "Do not fear. Our passage here none can halt. By such a one it is willed." Right, so that's the phrase that he's been using on all these monsters. Don't fight back, Charon. Don't fight Plutus. This is willed. This journey is willed. And so he turns that to Dante and says, remember, this is willed. This is willed by the one who can do what he wills. Now listen to me and take this comfort. Feed your weary spirit with this good hope. I will not leave you in this lower world. that is comforting. So he goes off and abandons me there, that sweet father, and I am left in doubt, for the yes and no both fight in my head. I could not hear what he proposed to them, but he did not stand with them very long before each turned, fighting to get back in. These, our adversaries, slammed the gate shut in the face of my lord, who, left alone, returned to me with slow, uneven steps. His eyes cast on the earth, his once strong brow shorn of all its boldness, he sighed aloud, "Who denies me the sorrowful houses?" To me he said, "You, though I am angered, do not be shocked. I will conquer this trial, however they hustle to the defense. Their arrogance is not anything new. They tried before it a less secret gate, which still stands uncovered without a lock. Above it you have seen the dead writing. Already on this side comes down the slope, passing through the circles, without escort, one who will open to us the city." So Virgil is upset. He's a little bothered. He's angered by the demons' refusal to let them into the city. They lock the door in his face, and they put up quite a fight, as we're going to see in the next canto. But Virgil believes Beatrice. He believes what she has said, that he will bring the pilgrim through, that the journey that they are taking will not be in vain. And so he trusts that someone is coming to help, because he can't do this. He needs something outside of himself, just as Dante does, to make this journey successful. So what that is, or who that is, we'll see in the next canto. See you then.